Now for you fans of TNs, you know I'll never let you down. If I can get in a new release TN or a re-release TN, I'll always try and get a video out for you guys. That being said, I'm so excited to bring you this one. Today, we've got the Nike TN Air Max Plus in this black gradient red colorway. I mean, just look how mean this one looks. I'm so excited to bring you this one. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now to start this video off, I've got to apologise to you guys. Now this pair was actually in the sale last week for £140 I think it was. Unfortunately that sale's come to an end, so I managed to get mine in the sale. Obviously if you are interested in this one, you're going to have to pay full price. But let me just tell you now, this one is worth full price. Like in hand, this one's just so clean. It's so fire, like the colours, the colourway, it's just such a mean looking shoe. Now usually I'll let you know if I can find a promotion or if a shoe's on the sale. But unfortunately I had to do a dunk video before this one, and obviously being that that's taken me 12 hours to make that video, this one's no longer in the sale anymore. But trust me, if you've got £175 and you're liking this one, I would definitely recommend picking it up. So that being said, all sizes are available on the Nike website. You can pick this one up fairly easily. What I will say as well though, on GOAT and StockX, this pair's actually £250. So if you couldn't get this one back in 2019 and you are really liking this pair, you're really liking this colorway like I am, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. I mean, £175, absolute steal for this pair. Now I get a lot of people messaging me on Instagram saying, look Jordan, when are you going to be doing a pair of TNs? Where's your TN reviews? We haven't had one for a couple of weeks. All my TN reviews are usually new releases. So if Nike brings out 3 or 4 releases that month, you know I'm going to try and get in every single pair. But recently they haven't really been pushing any new releases out. It could just be me. There's been a pink pair that came out last week, but they only go up to a 9.5. I just simply can't fit in them. If you guys want me to do reviews and not do on-foot clips, I can do that. I'm happy to do that. I just think it kind of ruins the review a little bit. I love doing the on-foot clips. I can't really then tell you if it's true to size or not, because obviously I can't wear the shoe. So yeah, that's where the TN videos are. It's all about Nike's releases. If Nike release more TNs, I'll do more TN videos. So yeah, if we can get some more TN releases, Nike, I mean, they're not going to watch my video, but if we can get some more TN releases, I'll do some more reviews. So now let's move on to sizing. Now for me, I always go a half size up on my TNs. You've probably seen my TN videos in the past. I always say the same thing. I'll go half size up. It is preference though at the end of the day. I know a lot of you wear TNs that just go true to size. It's absolutely fine. As mentioned, it is all preference. I do find it just narrows slightly there around the toe area. Just slightly. When I go true to size, it's just a little bit too snug for me. I would recommend though, half size up, but if you're unsure, I mean a lot of you do watch my videos and you've never picked up a pair of TNs before, go to a shop first. Maybe like a local JD. Obviously if you're in America you might not have JD. I don't know what retailers you guys have got over there, but if you can go to a shop, try on a few pairs of TNs first, and then you know if you need to go a half size up, if you need to go a full size up, I mean, or maybe you need to go true to size. I wouldn't go a full size up personally. I think half size is just that sweet spot, and I know a lot of you do agree with me. So now let's move on to comfort. For me, the TN is just such a comfortable shoe. You've got that breathable mesh, which is just perfect for the summer, but it's also a really solid shoe. So this one's actually perfect for the winter as well. I'd see myself wearing this one all year round. I think a lot of you might say, Jordan, this is a winter colorway, but I mean, I can see myself wearing this one in the summer. It's just that clean. Like the colors on this, it's just that nice that, I mean, you can wear this one all year round. And you know, obviously you've got that chunky PU midsole. These are built to last. So I see a lot of people as well saying that the TN's £175 or some of them are £185. It's just a little bit too expensive, but you get what you pay for. Now the materials on these are gonna last in comparison to maybe like a standard Dunk or just like a standard Jordan, where they're gonna get really creased. Eventually, obviously, you're gonna get holes in them. Maybe that leather might come apart. This is actually built to last. So the TN is probably, TN and 95s are the only shoe that I'd say I'm happy paying £185 for. That's my personal opinion, but these are built to last. So if you're wanting something that you can wear Monday to Sunday, I'd definitely recommend picking up a TN. I have to say as well, now I know my on-foot clips aren't perfect. I know obviously sometimes they look a little bit stiff. Someone actually mentioned that in one of my previous videos. It's kind of really difficult because I don't have anyone to film for me. I know a lot of these YouTubers pay like videographers to just film for an hour for them and get some really like cinematic clips. Unfortunately, I can't really afford that because obviously the videos don't generate like mass amounts of money. So yeah, obviously it's just me filming. I have like a little camera slider and I do all the filming myself. It takes me like 2-3 hours. I really enjoy finding the locations though, but hopefully in time, as the channel grows, I can obviously then invest in a videographer, someone to film for me, and then we just make the clips just look so nice. So yeah, just gonna have to bear with. Obviously, unfortunately at the minute, it is just me filming, it's me editing. I don't have an editor either. It's me doing everything. I do the audio, I do everything. So yeah, you're gonna have to bear with. Give it, I mean, it could take however long it takes, but if the channel obviously starts just like excelling and the videos start making money, I can invest back into the channel, and obviously then we can have some really clean looking videos, and I'm really excited for that day, if I'm honest with you. So now it's got to that time in the video where we do an unboxing, we do a full review, we get some close-ups of the shoe, and we cover all areas. So starting off with the box, it's just a standard red Nike box. There's very few TNs out there though that do have a sort of custom TN box. This unfortunately isn't one of them, so yeah, just a standard red Nike box on this one. Now fresh out of the box, let's just take a second. I mean, there's just so much going on here. It's just such a mean looking shoe. I just really do like this one. It's like a perfect shoe for the winter. One that you can probably wear all year round though, because if you've got that breathable mesh. We'll get to that obviously later in the review. But yeah, this one for me, arguably could be up there in the top 3 TNs that I reviewed on the channel. I want to hear your thoughts though. Are you liking this one as much as I am? Let me know. Starting off with the outer sole. Now the outer sole dons 3 colours. You've got black, you've got this gunmetal grey, which we'll get to in a second, and obviously you've got red. You do have a classic TN logo in the middle. I'm kind of glad Nike went for a classic TN logo. I know they sometimes switch that up and match the color coordination. I do prefer the classic TN logo, that's just my opinion though. But we'll move on to the whale tail. Hopefully you can see the gradient effect there. So obviously you've got the gunmetal here. It gradients to a black, but that black has like a, it's almost like sort of like glitter. So it's got this sort of like starry effect to it. I mean, I just think it just looks so nice. The camera might not be picking that up, but hopefully you can see that there. It's really unique, really different. I mean, there's not too much of a gradient, but as you can see there, that's a good shot. It's got this sort of like glitter added to the plastic. Sort of adds like a sort of a starry night. I'm just really liking this one. Everything about this pair. So now let's talk the midsole. The midsole is a PU midsole and it's all black. But I mean, I don't even need to zoom in for the air units here. You can see them just shining through, really aggressive. The air units on this one are red. As you can see, I mean, I don't even need to tell you this. I'll do a little bit of a close-up just so you can see there. I just love the fact that it matches the swoosh, matches the eyelets, matches the tongue tab. Obviously, we'll do separate bits on all of these, but yeah, I mean, just look at the air units. It's just such a mean-looking shoe. I mean, if you're a fan of TNs or you're a fan of this one, maybe you picked this one up 5 years ago. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. We'll do the air units as well on the inner of the shoe. It's just the classic TN air units. So you've got yellow and you've got red there. Now the air units down the front of the shoe are exactly the same on both sides. Both of them are red. It's just the same red as the back of the shoe. It's just such a mean looking shoe. I'm just loving the fact this one matches. I think this is almost a perfect pair that you can wear for the winter. Really nice looking pair, this one. So as mentioned, the midsole is a PU midsole and it's all black. So it's completely blacked out, but really thick, really chunky. If you've not picked up a pair of TNs before, this midsole is built to last. Like, this is like really, really chunky, really thick material. If you're wanting something that you can sort of like wear to work, something that's going to take a beating, something that maybe you work I don't know, in a factory, something like that, TN is definitely the way to go. It's just a really solid pair, but at the same time, it's also a really comfortable pair. So just above that starry whale tail, you've got this textured lining. I'm just loving the attention to detail on this one. The textured lining is sort of like a knockoff carbon fiber, if that makes sense. If you know what I mean, like an all blacked out carbon fiber. And it is very textured as well, very rough texture. Now that works its way all the way up to the back of the shoe. So it's like kind of like a glossy carbon fiber. Hopefully you sort of see what I mean there. But it is actually a really nice material. I'm liking pretty much everything on this pair. Now at the back of the shoe, you've got the classic TN logo. And obviously, as mentioned, you've got more of this textured material. I'm just going to sort of zoom in just so you can see what I'm talking about. It's like a glossy, sort of like a glossy carbon fiber, but not a carbon fiber. I'm kind of liking it though. And then you also get a glimpse of that exposed red air unit. I'm just a massive fan of this pair. Moving on to that red swoosh. Now the red swoosh complements these air units and then also the eyelets. I'm really liking the swoosh on these. The outlining of the swoosh is obviously black, but it just adds that little bit of extra character. And then moving on to that TPU exoskeleton. The exoskeleton itself in this glossy black color. Now it works its way from the back of the shoe all the way down the front. Now if you're not sure what the exoskeleton is, that's just this part of the shoe. I know not everyone's picked up a pair of TNs before. I seem to get a lot of people that watch my videos that just haven't picked up a pair of TNs before. Maybe you want to buy this one, you haven't picked up a pair of TNs. So yeah, that is called the exoskeleton. And then moving on to the base of the shoe. The base of the shoe is a chain mesh, which is a really breathable mesh, really comfortable as well. But just check out that gradient effect. Starts off as white, gradients into a grey, and then that gradients into a black. Just do some more close-ups for you guys. Now at the front of the shoe, you've got this glossy black toe guard. It just adds a little bit of extra support, a little bit of extra stability there. Now as mentioned, the base is just completely mesh, but here's a bit of a toe area test just for you guys. As you can see as well, you've got that reflective lining that's working its way all the way up to the top of the tongue. So you've got that cage style lacing system. The laces are in black. Unfortunately, no additional laces in the box, but I usually get these laces on eBay. These are about £10. I think it's like $12. So yeah, these laces on eBay, I think they just look clean of any pair. You can get them in white as well. So the only thing for me that I would change on this pair is just the eyelets. I mean, the eyelets, I just wish they were maybe black, maybe grey. I just think the red, I mean, it's just, for me, it just doesn't match that other red. It's almost like a different red to what the swoosh is. It's hard to show you the swoosh at the same time, but you can kind of see there, the eyelets are kind of like, it's like an orange tint, whereas this is like a really dark red. Yeah, I just wish those eyelets were maybe just a different color. It doesn't ruin the shoe. Let me just unfocus a little bit. No, it doesn't ruin the shoe, but it's just a different shade of red. So you know what I mean? Obviously this red matches the air units, but it just kind of doesn't match those eyelets. They're like a different color. I still think this one's really clean, but it's the only thing that I would change on this pair. Now the tongue itself in a breathable mesh material. At the top of the tongue for the tongue tab, you've got the hex logo in that red and black color, but as you can see, it's just a bit of a darker red than what these eyelets are. That's a bit of a better angle for you guys. Now it's not me being picky, it doesn't ruin the shoe. I just wish these eyelets were maybe like a darker red, maybe black. That's just my opinion though. Just do a bit of a close-up of that tongue tab, because I know some of you like the close-ups. Now as mentioned, the tongue is completely mesh. Inside the tongue is more of that orange-red color. It's not quite the same red as the swoosh though. Let me just unfocus for you guys. Maybe that's a better angle. Can you see how that swoosh is just a darker red? I mean, I know you can't really see this. Obviously this is going to be where your sock is anyway. But the eyelets just seem to be a bit of a lighter red. Could just be me. As I've said, it doesn't ruin the shoe. Of course it doesn't ruin the shoe. It's just me saying that for preference, I'd have preferred this to be a darker red. Also this as well. Now moving on to the inner sole. The inner sole in black. You've also got the Nike Air branding in actually a dark red. I just wish they went with that dark red for the whole of the shoe. And not gone for like a reddy orange here for the eyelets, and then obviously the inner of the tongue. And then moving on to the lining. Now the lining is thick enough. It's not like excessively padded, but it's just enough padding there for it to be comfortable, stop you getting blisters. If you picked up a pair of TNs before, you'll know that TNs, they're comfortable enough. So we'll finish off with our last 360 of the shoe. I'm interested to hear your thoughts as well though. Did you pick this one up in 2019? Are you going to pick this one up now after seeing this review? Maybe you're just not a fan of TNs. Let me know in the comments. If you're not a fan of TNs though, don't worry. I've got a pair of 95s out tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. And then obviously we'll be back to Dunks and Jordans for a few reviews as well. So there's something for everyone on this channel. So yeah, for me, this one is just an absolute classic. I mean, just look at those colours. It's just such a mean looking shoe. The colour coordination on it, everything's matching. These are just so, so nice. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments though. You're a fan of these? Maybe you just don't like TNs. It's kind of hard to please everyone because obviously some of you come over here just to watch my Dunk videos or Jordans. Some of you just watch the TN videos. So it is hard to please everyone, but yeah, I'll always pick up TNs because I'm just a massive fan of them and I'm a massive fan of this pair. And that pretty much covers this one. I have to say, it's just such a clean colorway. I think you'll all agree with me. Anyone that's a fan of TNs, I mean, this is just such a mean looking shoe. It's fire. I've got nothing really bad to say about it. Other than the eyelets, I do wish they were black. It's not ruined the shoe for me. I wish they were black personally. But it's just such a clean colorway. There's lots of similar colorways like a bread or red and black and whites. Very similar colorways out. But this one for me, everything about it. There isn't really anything on this one. No glue marks. Quality control spot on. It's just such a clean pair. So if you're liking this one, I'd definitely recommend picking this one up. But I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, cheers.